Okay, let's talk SEO audits. For anyone in the field, you know the drill. It often means hours, maybe even days, buried in data.
Oh, absolutely. It's this huge manual effort, pulling reports, trying to connect the
And
dots.
you end up with this massive pile of information. It's thorough, sure, but is it actually actionable? Efficient? Often not so much.
Right. It can be overwhelming. You spend all this time collecting and then figuring out the real priorities, the quick wins. That's another battle entirely.
Exactly. So the question is, what if you could streamline that drastically? What if the tools you use every day, like, say, Google Sheets, could be the key?
It sounds a bit counterintuitive, maybe. Google Sheets for a complex SEO audit.
Well, that's what makes this so interesting. Today, we're doing a deep dive into something called the Hobo SEO Dashboard, specifically version 4.
Ah, yes, Shaun Anderson's tool.
Precisely. And the fascinating part, it is built entirely using Google Sheets and, crucially, Google App Scripts.
And that's the secret sauce, really. App scripts.
Mm-hmm.
It's essentially JavaScript running in the Google Workspace background.
Letting you automate things, connect different services.
Exactly. It transforms that familiar spreadsheet into a pretty sophisticated automation engine for SEO tasks. It's surprisingly powerful.
So for this deep dive, we're looking at some anonymized notes. They're from a Google Meet call.
Yeah.
It's Shaun Anderson himself walking an SEO consultant based in Singapore through setting up and using this V4 dashboard.
So a real-world walkthrough. That's great source material.
Yeah, it gives us a practical look. It's not just about the software features. It's about a whole different, maybe smarter, faster way of working through these audits.
It really challenges the idea that you always need some custom-built, probably expensive platform for serious automation.
Right. Sometimes innovation is about using what you have, just more intelligently.
Okay.
Optimizing the workflow so the human expert focuses on strategy, not data entry.
Applying expertise where it matters most.
So our mission today is to unpack how this dashboard really changes the game for SEO audits. How does it cut down that time so dramatically?
And how does it generate those actionable tasks? That's key.
Absolutely. We'll look at the automation, the integrations, like with Screaming Frog and, the thinking behind it all.
Sounds good. I think listeners might have some aha moments about their own tools, too.
I hope so. Okay, let's start with that core promise, the impossible made possible, maybe. Why are audits such a bear, usually?
Well, like we said, they're often a full-day slog, minimum. You're pulling data from Search Console analytics, a crawler like Screaming Frog, maybe keyword tools.
Lots of different sources, different formats.
Exactly. Then you have to consolidate it, analyze it, check technical stuff, look at content, maybe EAT signals now. Complex.
And the output is often just data, lots of charts, tables, which is useful, but doesn't always scream, do this first.
That's the gap. Translating findings into a prioritized action plan for, say, a developer or a content team, that's often where things stall.
Okay, so enter the Hobo SEO Dashboard V4. How does Shaun Anderson position it?
He calls it the smarter, faster way to conduct professional SEO audits with a human in the loop.
Ah, human in the loop. That's important.
Crucial. To ensure quality reports for clients and tasks based on real data. So it's not fully automated in the sense of taking the human out, but automating the drudgery.
Okay, so how does it deliver on that? What are the core pillars?
First up, the automated auditing aspect. It connects via APIs and scripts to your Google Search Console account and also processes Screaming Frog crawl exports.
So it pulls the raw data automatically.
Right into the Google Sheet.
Yeah.
That alone saves a ton of manual copy pasting or exporting, importing.
That's a huge time sink gone right there. What else?
Then there's the task-oriented framework. This is a big shift. It's not just showing you data. It has a checklist system. Based on the data, it flags things.
And turns them into potential tasks?
Essentially, yes. It guides the review process towards actionable items, which leads to the next big claim.
The time savings.
Yeah, the bold claim. Reducing audit time from a full day to less than an hour.
Wow. Okay, that's disruptive if it holds up.
Definitely raises eyebrows.
Yeah.
But the automation of data gathering and initial analysis makes it plausible.
What about reporting? Clients need reports.
It handles that too. White label reporting. You can generate professional-looking reports branded for your agency directly from the sheet.
Nice. And does it go depth? Technical SEO? EAT, Google Updates?
It's designed for in-depth analysis. It has checks related to technical SEO. It integrates with an EEAT checklist.
EEAT, right. Experience, expertise, authoritativeness, trustworthiness. Increasingly critical.
And often hard to systematically audit. The dashboard provides a framework for that. Plus, you can use it to track performance changes, say, after a major Google update hits.
And it all runs within your own Google account?
Correct. Secure and autonomous. It runs on schedules you set entirely within your Google ecosystem. No third-party data sharing concerns there.
Okay, that addresses a lot of the core challenges. Now, you mentioned the Singapore consultant's reaction in the source notes.
Yeah, this was apparently quite a moment in the call. After seeing how it all worked, the intricate scripting.
What did they say?
They called Shaun a vibe coder, which is memorable, and said, yeah, it's a labor of love. Amazing. I never thought this was possible with Google Sheets and app scripts.
You never thought this was possible. That really captures it, doesn't it? The surprise that these basic tools could do this.
It really does. It highlights the ingenuity. It's not about the fanciest tools, but how smartly you use the tools you have.
Okay, so let's get under the hood a bit. How does someone actually get started? What did the setup look like for this consultant moving from V3 to V4?
Right, the onboarding. Since they were updating, the process involved making a copy of the new V4 sheet template.
Standard Google Sheets stuff.
Pretty much. Then, the key step for migration was copying their existing client list from the Clients tab in their old V3 sheet into the same tab in the new V4 sheet.
Okay, a manual copy-paste for that major version jump. Did they mention future updates?
Yeah, the indication was that future, smaller updates probably wouldn't require moving everything to a brand new sheet. A smoother process, hopefully.
And the app scripts, how are they configured?
There's a crucial step involving a project number. You copy it from the old script project settings and paste it into the new V4 script settings.
Right, linking it up correctly.
And importantly, you need to deactivate the automated reporting triggers on the old sheet.
Good point. Don't want V3 and V4 fighting over the same data or trying to run reports simultaneously.
Exactly. Once that's done, you activate the automated reporting in V4. This sets up about 10 or so time-based triggers in app scripts.
Triggers that run the audits, generate reports.
On a schedule. There was a note, though, about performance.
Oh.
The scripts apparently run noticeably slower on older free Gmail accounts compared to paid Google Workspace accounts.
Okay, so for heavy users or agencies, upgrading to Workspace is probably recommended for optimal speed.
Seems like it. Now, once it's running, how does the workflow actually guide the audit?
It uses that checklist system we mentioned. As the data comes in, the sheet flags potential issues or areas to review.
And the user interacts with this checklist.
Yeah. You go through the items. If something looks good, you mark it pass.
And what happens then?
The script automatically moves that item to a reviewed tab, clears it off your main checklist.
Okay, keeps things tidy. And if it's not a pass, if there's an issue?
You mark it no, and that automatically moves it to a priorities tab.
So it builds your action list as you review.
Exactly. It helps you focus on the problems that need fixing, separating them from the stuff that's okay. A very practical way to manage the review flow.
Keeps that human in the loop focused. Makes sense. Now, you mentioned Screaming Frog integration. That sounds critical.
Definitely. It seems to be the main source for the crawl data, the technical SEO checks.
So how does the dashboard get that data? Does it run Screaming Frog?
No, not directly. It integrates with the reports generated by Screaming Frog. The advice given was about setting up scheduled crawls within Screaming Frog itself.
Okay, so you still need Screaming Frog running somewhere.
Yes. The key is to schedule your crawls, maybe overnight.
Smart. So the data's ready in the morning.
Right. And crucially, you need to configure Screaming Frog to save its export files to a specific location in your Google Drive.
So the app script can find them and process them.
Precisely. Consistency is important too, using a standard crawl configuration profile across clients where possible. And apparently, duplicating scheduled crawls within Screaming Frog is efficient for setup.
Makes sense. And what about the export settings from Screaming Frog? Does the dashboard need specific files?
Yes, very specific. The notes mention setting the export format to G Sheet, Google Sheet format, and selecting specific tabs for export, like internal HTML and external HTML. Plus, a whole bunch of bulk exports are needed for the main reports the dashboard relies on.
So it's not just grabbing everything, it's pulling specific predefined data points from the crawl. Tailored integration.
Exactly. Shaun apparently thinks Screaming Frog is the best crawler, but acknowledges it's complex, so the dashboard only uses a necessary portion of its reports.
That addresses the complexity concern. You don't need to be a total Screaming Frog guru, just set up the exports correctly.
Seems that way. And the system has some built-in smarts for handling common errors there, too.
Like what?
Well, a classic issue is crawling the wrong domain version, like example.com when the site actually lives on www.example.com.
The non-canonical version, right. That can mess things up.
Yeah. Apparently, the dashboard script is smart enough to detect if the crawl report file name doesn't match the canonical domain set for the client, and it automatically removes those non-canonical prefixes like www before trying to process.
So that's clever. Prevents unnecessary failures just because of a common setup mistake.
Mm-hmm. And it also manages the files after processing.
How so?
It moves the used Screaming Frog report files from Drive into the Google Drive trash.
Okay, cleans up after itself.
Yeah, keeps them there for 30 days, then they're automatically deleted. This prevents the script from accidentally reprocessing an old file.
But you can recover them from the trash if you needed to within that 30-day window.
Yes, the notes mention you can untrash them, so there's a safety net.
It sounds like there's quite a bit of internal logic managing the process. Fail-safes, sequential task handling.
Definitely. They talked about internal robots or scripts that handle failures, retry tasks, make sure things happen in the right order, and something called a lock and load system.
Lock and load?
Yeah, to basically prevent the system from trying to publish a report before all the necessary data processing steps for that report are fully complete.
Ensures data integrity in the final output. That's sophisticated automation for a sheet-based tool.
It really is. But it's not just about generating these big audit reports, right?
Right.
The value extends beyond that initial snapshot.
Right. It's designed to be continuous, providing ongoing insights. What kind of real-time or near real-time metrics does it offer?
It pulls in some top-level stuff regularly. Things like information on redirects. It can initiate Google PageSpeed tests for your top URLs.
Ah, performance checks. Good.
And it includes a basic rank tracker function for, I think, the top 10 keywords you define for a client.
Okay, so some ongoing monitoring built in. How does that feed into actionable insights beyond the main audit?
Well, one example given was the dead pages report.
Dead pages, meaning?
Pages that Google Search Console data shows are getting 0 clicks over a period.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Content pruning candidates?
Okay.
Or pages needing internal linking, perhaps? Useful stuff.
Exactly. It helps identify potential dead weight on the site. And this ties back to that core philosophy Shaun mentioned.
This was?
That the dashboard aims to be autonomous, continuous, frugal with API usage, and task-centric.
Task-centric. There it is again.
Yeah. The goal isn't just pretty graphs. It's generating actionable tasks based on the data, moving SEOs from being data recorders to strategic implementers.
That's a powerful shift in focus. Less time reporting, more time doing.
But even with all this automation, the human element is still there. You mentioned manual controls.
Yes. The user isn't locked out. You can, for instance, manually force a report to rerun if you need an update now. You can also prioritize clients. If you have one client needing their report sooner, you can apparently drag their row in the Clients tab to a specific column to bump them up the queue.
Oh, interesting. A manual override for the processing order?
Mm-hmm. And you can archive clients too, which stops their reports from running altogether, maybe if they're paused or no longer active.
So you have control over the automation's focus.
You do, although there was a note that the system is really geared towards generating those reports. So if you manually interrupt something mid-process, it might just ignore you and try to finish its current run.
Huh. Okay, it's persistent.
Unless you temporarily stop the main automated reporter script altogether,
Yeah.
it doesn't get the job done, but you can pause it if needed.
Got it. Now, looking bigger picture, there was some interesting discussion about the Google ecosystem and, inevitably, AI.
Ah, the AI question.
Yeah.
How does this sheets-based automation fit in a world with rapidly advancing AI?
Well, Shaun Anderson's perspective was quite clear. He prefers building these kinds of automated robots within the Google Cloud environment. His belief is that these structured data processing systems will remain highly relevant even with AI because, in his words, AI currently struggles with accurate data analysis more suitable for spreadsheets.
That's a strong take. Basically saying AI isn't great yet at the kind of precise, large-scale, structured data crunching that spreadsheets excel at.
Yeah. And the Singapore specialist actually agreed with that.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, they noted that spreadsheets are still foundational for so many businesses and that even Google's own built-in AI features for data cleaning in Sheets are often still inadequate itself with large data sets.
Interesting. So even Google's own tools aren't quite there yet for replacing this kind of structured analysis reliably, especially at scale. it often still needs human review and discernment.
Right. It reinforces that idea.
Yeah.
Automation for the heavy lifting, human oversight for accuracy and strategic interpretation, even with AI looming.
It's not just a solo tool either, is it? There's a community aspect emerging.
Definitely. Shaun proposed an idea for lead generation.
Ooh, how would that work?
Having a contact button, maybe on the Hobo website or related resources, that could route leads to local SEO agencies using the dashboard.
Ah, like a referral network based on the tool.
Kind of, and the Singapore consultant was apparently very keen, volunteering to be the first user for that in their region.
Creates a nice ecosystem around the tool, and collaboration doesn't stop there.
No, there was mention of an upcoming collaboration. Shaun was planning to join the Singapore Specialist's automation cohort meeting.
A user group focused on automation.
Sounds like it. To discuss automating processes further, using core methodologies and maybe tools like Google's Gemini AI.
So it's fostering ongoing learning, sharing best practices. It's more than just software. It's becoming part of a methodology exchange.
Exactly. It shows the dashboard isn't static, but part of an evolving conversation about SEO automation.
One last point on localization, specifically around EEAT.
Ah, yes, important one. The Hobo EEAT tool or checklist integrated into the dashboard is primarily based on European and U.S. laws and guidelines.
Okay, which might not perfectly align everywhere else.
Right. So the advice given to the Singapore specialist was practical. Use the tool, but then use something like Gemini AI to double-check specific outputs, like privacy policy recommendations, against Singaporean laws and regulations before publishing or advising clients.
Makes perfect sense. Automated tools give you a great starting point, a framework, but local context, especially legal nuances, always requires that extra layer of verification.
Absolutely. You can't automate legal compliance entirely across borders.
So wrapping this up, it's pretty clear how a tool like Google Sheets, which many might dismiss as basic,
Right, just for simple spreadsheets.
can be transformed with clever scripting like Google Apps Scripts into a genuinely powerful engine for automating something as complex as SEO audits.
Yeah, this deep dive really showed more than just features. It showed a philosophy, didn't it? About providing actionable tasks, not just data dumps.
Saving huge amounts of time, yes, but critically, redirecting that time towards strategic action. And doing it all within the Google infrastructure many already use.
And for you, the listener, thinking about this, it really goes beyond just SEO, I think.
It's a fantastic illustration of how a bit of creativity, some strategic thinking about automation
Can unlock just immense potential from tools you probably interact with every single day, tools you might be taking for granted.
It's about that shift, isn't it? Moving from being overwhelmed by information to having clear, actionable knowledge derived from it.
So maybe the final thought to leave you with is this. What familiar tool or platform in your own work, your own field of interest, might you be underestimating right now?
Yeah, what hidden capabilities does it have?
Yeah.
Could you perhaps with a little automation, a little scripting, or just a different approach?
Turn your own overwhelming data streams into clear, actionable steps, just like this dashboard aims to do for SEO audits.
How could you make your own impossible possible with the resources already at your fingertips? Something to think about.